let's multiply a fraction by a whole number. So this is very similar to multiplying two fractions because you can write any whole number as a fraction. So think about the whole number 6. If I want to make that a fraction, I simply put 6 over 1 because we know that 6 divided by 1, fraction ball is the same as division, is 6. So 6 over 1 equals 6. This is important. So if I would give you the whole number 3 to make it a fraction, we simply put it over 1. So keep that in mind as we work through some problems. So if I multiply 5 times 2/3, well, think of this first as saying, well, what is 5 as a fraction? So I'm going to make this 5 over 1 times 2 over 3. Now to multiply fractions, we can look to reduce numerator to denominator. So my numerator is 5 and 2. My denominator is 1 and 3. There are no common factors, right? 2/3 does not reduce. And if I look at 5 and 3, there are no common factors there. So I simply multiply straight across. So 5 times 2 is 10. 1 times 3 is 3. So our 5 times 2/3 gives me 10/3. What about 7/8 times 2? Well, same idea. Let's take that 2 and put it over 1. So now I have 7/8 times 2 over 1. Well, I noticed right away that I have an 8 and a 2, numerator to denominator. They share a common factor. So I can divide both of these by 2. So 8 divided by 2 is 4, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. So I really have the problem 7 over 4 times 1 over 1. I'm ready to then multiply straight across. 7 times 1 is 7. 4 times 1 is 4. And my answer is 7/4. 5/6 times 30. Well, let's do it again. So 5/6. Change this whole number to a fraction by putting it over 1. And now compare denominator to numerator. Do 6 and 30 share any common factors? Sure do. They share a factor of 6. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. 30 divided by 6 is 5. So I'm really multiplying 5 over 1 times 5 over 1. When I multiply straight across, I get 5 times 5 is 25. 1 times 1 is 1. So that is just the same as 25. So 5/6 of 30 is 25. 11/15 times 6. Well, this fraction stays as is, 11/15. To make 6 a fraction, I put it over 1. Now let's compare denominator to numerator. 6 to 15. Well, they are both divisible by 3. So I'm going to divide both of these by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So my new simplified problem is 11 over 5 times 2 over 1, which when I multiply straight across, I get 22 over 5. Now, one thing that I want to point out on this last one here, if I would take 11/15 times 6 over 1 and not reduce, just multiply straight across, I get 66 over 15. And if you see then of, oh, hey, these are both divisible by 3, 66 divided by 3 gives me 22, and 15 divided by 3 gives me 5. So you can see 22/5, I still get the same answer. So you can either reduce the beginning before you multiply, or multiply and then reduce.